Also called Kina Kaaba, the Holy Kaaba, literally meaning cube, is a small cube located at the center of Masjid al-Haram, the Great Mosque, in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Covered with a sacred black silk cloth called kiswa, the Holy Kaaba holds great importance in terms of Islam's history, culture, and tradition. Every year, thousands of Muslims visit the Holy Kaaba to perform Umrah or Hajj. They circle 7 times around the Kaaba in an anti-clockwise direction, praying to Allah SWT. But do you know what's inside the Kaaba? Technically, Muslims aren't allowed to go inside the Holy Kaaba. However, if you are wondering what you will find here, the Kaaba is roughly 15 meters, 50 feet, high and is about 10 by 14 meters, 35 by 40 feet, at the base. Strategically constructed using marble and gray stone, the structure of the Kaaba was designed to align with the cardinal directions. The enclosed interior of the Kaaba has no windows but just a door embedded with silver engravings and covered with a silk curtain of gold. The roof and half of the walls are covered with green cloth. The remaining half is engraved with calligraphies of Shahada, and also there is a marking on the floor to highlight the place where Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, prayed. The government of Saudi Arabia is very strict about who can enter the Holy Kaaba and who can't. The odds of non-Muslims entering the blessed space are close to none. Although currently, only Muslim dignitaries are permitted to enter the Kaaba to pray. However, if you want to pray inside the Kaaba, you can recite 2 rakats in Hatim, a curved-shaped area adjacent to the Holy Kaaba. The House of Allah, the Holy Kaaba holds great importance in the lives and hearts of the Muslim Ummah. According to Islamic beliefs, the sacred structure is a sign of oneness and the supreme power of Allah SWT. Before Islam, the Kaaba was the center of worship for pre-Islamic groups. It was always filled with idols and gods that were placed there by people of other faiths. It is said that after the revelation of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, received instructions from Allah SWT to restore the Holy Kaaba into a place to worship the Creator, the eternal and absolute Allah SWT. The restoration of the Holy Kaaba marked the end of polytheism among groups, and it also became the center of worship for the followers of Islam. Apart from being a safe house, the presence and standing of Hajra Aswad, black stone, and the Holy Kaaba are also a symbol of unification of Muslims to the world. No Muslim worships the Kaaba or the black stone. Instead, they stand together and pray to the supreme power that is Allah SWT. Moreover, the Holy Kaaba is also the direction of Qibla. Muslims worldwide face the Holy Kaaba while offering their daily prayers. Made from the highest quality of silk and embroidered with silver and gold thread, kiswa has a long and rich history. From a white cloth with red stripes to an all-white cloth to a green one and finally, a black-colored one, the colors of kiswa have changed over time. The primary purpose of the kiswa is to protect and honor the holiest and most sacred place in Islam. During the time of Quraysh, not only did the Kaaba have 2 doors, eastern and western side, at the ground level, but it also had no roof. The Quraysh used the Kaaba primarily for 2 purposes, to deposit their valuables and to worship. However, 5 years before prophethood, the Quraysh themselves rebuilt the Kaaba. They raised the eastern door to better control who entered the Kaaba and closed the western one forever. Moreover, the Quraysh, along with the young Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, also constructed a roof for the first time. After the construction of the Kaaba was completed, the Quraysh placed their chief idol Hubal, made from red carnelian, in a human-like shape with a gold right hand in the center of the Kaaba. In front of the idol, the Quraysh placed 7 arrows of fate which helped them depict their future. When Islam began to spread, the Quraysh became furious and couldn't tolerate the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, anymore. Therefore, the chiefs called an economical and social boycott of Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, his, PBUH, family, and all those who supported him, PBUH. The boycott document was hung inside the Kaaba to give it full sanctity. For the next 3 years, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, and the followers took shelter in a narrow valley called Shibabi-i-Talib. However, due to scarcity of food and water, the cries of children could be heard all across the valley. Miraculously, one day, by the grace of Allah SWT, the entire document of the boycott was eaten by white ants except for the name Allah, resulting in the dissolution of the boycott. After the conquest of Mecca, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, along with Usama bin Zayd and Hazrat Bilal, RA, performed tawaf 7 times around the Kaaba and touched Hajra Aswad with his staff. He, PBUH, then opened the door, went inside the Kaaba, and prayed there for some time. At that time, the interior of the Kaaba was filled with pictures of angels, Prophet Ibrahim, as Prophet Ismail, as Baby Jesus, as Virgin Mary, as, and several idols. Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, ordered everything to be destroyed, including the chief Hubble. Abdullah bin Zubair, RA, created 3 wooden pillars for additional support inside the Holy Kaaba. Since then, the interior of the Holy Kaaba has been maintained in the same way by different rulers such that the walls of the Kaaba act as plaques commemorating the renovative work done by different rulers. However, even today, the inside of the Kaaba is not accessible to the common man. Here are some interesting facts about the Holy Kaaba that you didn't know. 4 people once completed the recitation of the Quran inside the Kaaba in a single rakat, including Hazrat Usman, R.A., Hazrat Tamim Dari, R.A., Imam Abu Hanifa, Rahmatullah Illahi, and Hazrat Sa'id bin Jubair, R.A. During the reconstruction of the Holy Kaaba, 2 horns of the ram, sheep, that Hazrat Ibrahim, as slaughtered were found by Abdullah bin Zubair, R.A., hanging inside the Holy Kaaba, but they had disintegrated due to old age. A Yemenite couple, Naila and Isuf, committed adultery inside the Kaaba during the period of ignorance, Jahiliyah. As punishment, Allah SWT turned them into stones, which were initially placed outside the Kaaba as a warning. From its sacred interior to its historical significance, the Holy Kaaba remains a symbol of unity and devotion for Muslims around the world. While the interior remains inaccessible to most, its profound importance continues to inspire faith and devotion in the hearts of millions. If you ever have the opportunity to visit the Holy Kaaba, take a moment to reflect on its rich history and the unifying power it holds for the Muslim Ummah.